On behalf of ProtoCommunications, we would like to invite you to the first of what we hope is an annual online asynchronous individual events tournament. We were devastated when we saw all these tournaments canceling in order to slow the spread of COVID-19. But we also know that the projects that we have been independently working on for so many years now could all come together and really provide a service that we think is unique and allows students to share that message that they've carefully crafted for close to a year now, at least one more time. So I wanted to explain who is making this tournament happen, what asynchronous competition is like, and finally a few details about this particular tournament. The people that are putting this tournament together all have years and years of experience within forensics, not just as competitors and coaches, but also administering tournaments. First is ForensicsTournament.net with Danny Cantrell. Danny has been a staple in the forensics community for a long time now. This tournament could not happen if he was not willing to make a few alterations in order to help administer the tournament. Second is Blake Longfellow, a hired judge. He is providing a safety net for us to make sure that we know we can cover the workload that is required to do something like this. Last but not least, I am with 3 other people at ProtoCommunications. This started as a project to increase the amount of time that we had for debates in the classroom and has grown into a full-fledged content creation company. And so we have Tim Seavey from Visolutions, Matt Shapiro, who recently graduated from law school, and then Rita Raphael just recently got accepted at California State University Long Beach's communication graduate program. I think everyone in that group is capable of running a tournament like this. So asynchronous competition is one way that you can approach tournaments. But I really want to take a moment to applaud everyone who is developing synchronous solutions to competition. First off, we plan on joining with Climb the Mountain for their debate tournament for Team IPDA. I know that Danny is also working on a forensics festival, but I'm going to let him share those details with you. What makes asynchronous competition different is that it does not require people to be signed in at the same time. And I've been developing this process for a number of years for the classroom because that was the key to moving some of these lessons and courses online, but it also freed up a lot of time for more rounds. I've been able to triple and I'm nearly about ready to quadruple the number of rounds in a debate class since when I took the class to when I'm teaching now. It also avoids a few problems. One of those things being that internet access isn't always reliable for everyone. And so even if you have unreliable service, uploading a video just takes longer. You can still get it done. Make sure you start the process within the right amount of time. But one of the things I really like about it is that when you are given the opportunity to really practice your speech before you submit it, that it really highlights the artistry of forensics. I think that practice and polish is something that is valuable, and I would like to highlight that in this tournament as well. So this tournament in particular, as of Friday, registration has been open. We are making updates to the invitation throughout this entire process, but there is a full invitation available for anyone to check out on ForensicsTournament.net right now. You just have to look for the first annual ProtoCommunications speech tournament. This tournament is only for individual events, but like I said before, I've developed an asynchronous debate process as well. Right now, we are kind of informally collecting interest in such a tournament. It would require a very different schedule than we have for the individual events, and you would be looking at between 5 and 9 weeks in order to make it work. Please contact me through Facebook if you want to do that, or you can contact me at jared@protocommunications.com. I'll put that in the comments. You can reach out to me for anything like that. In order for this tournament to work, we wanted to make sure that the submission process was fairly equitable, and it also made competitive equity in the process. And so we would be accepting video files for submissions. In order to do that, we thought it prudent to have a participation waiver so we can share these videos. And so part of the registration process is filling out that waiver. We also have fees included in order to mirror the tournaments that are used to it, and to for other things that have been costing a little bit of money. At the end of April 12th, 6 o'clock, that's when registration ends. And so registration with the waiver means that you can submit. You can submit as early as you want. The submissions will be through a Google Drive folder that we share with you, and we will close that sharing once February 19th, 6 o'clock elapses. At the end of the submission process, we upload these videos to YouTube under an unlisted name with randomized ID numbers into playlists, share them with judges. Judges will have about 1 week to watch 5 rounds with 5 to 6 speeches in each round. You're looking at about 5 hours of judging over a 1-week period. We also plan on having an award ceremony, which would highlight some of the highest rated speeches in the tournament. So this tournament is something that is part of the passion project of ProtoCommunications, ForensicTournament.net, and hired judges. We think that it is a great opportunity, one more time, for students. But I personally think that we have an opportunity to show that communication as a field of study deserves to put its stamp of expertise on online communication. I think this tournament can do that. I think we can set standards for what quality online communication ought to look like. I really hope that you join us for this tournament. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. All right, everyone, stay safe.